I'm very definitely a woman, and I enjoy it. A woman can't be alone. She needs a man. A man and a woman support and strengthen each other. She just can't do it by herself. I always felt insecure and in the way, but most of all I felt scared. I guess I wanted love more than anything else in the world. If I'm a star, then the people made me a star. Creativity has got to start with humanity, and when you're a human being, you feel you suffer. Success makes so many people hate you. I wish it wasn't that way. It would be wonderful to enjoy success without seeing envy in the eyes of those around you. I have feelings too. I am still human. All I want is to be loved for myself and for my talent. One of the best things that ever happened to me is that I'm a woman. That is the way all females should feel. Fame will go by, and so long I've had you, fame. If it goes by, I've always known it was fickle. First, I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm a person. Then maybe I'll convince myself that I'm an actress. This life is what you make it. No matter what you are going to mess up sometimes, it's a universal truth. But the good part is, you get to decide how you are going to mess it up. We are all of us stars, and we deserve to twinkle. Arthur Miller wouldn't have married me if I had been nothing but a dumb blonde. No one ever told me I was pretty when I was a little girl. All little girls should be told they are pretty, even if they aren't. I think that, when you are famous, every weakness is exaggerated. Respect is one of life's greatest treasures. I mean, what does it all add up to, if you don't have that? The nicest thing for me is sleep, then at least I can dream. I won't be satisfied until people want to hear me sing without looking at me. Of course, that doesn't mean I want them to stop looking. I'm one of the world's most self-conscious people. I really have to struggle. Fame is fickle, and I know it. It has its compensations, but it also has its drawbacks, and I've experienced them both. Sometimes I feel my whole life has been one big rejection. I think that sexuality is only attractive when it's natural and spontaneous. I restore myself when I'm alone. A man is more frank and sincere with his emotions than a woman. We girls, I'm afraid, have a tendency to hide our feelings. My work is the only ground I've ever had to stand on. I seem to have a whole superstructure with no foundation, but I'm working on the foundation. I don't consider myself an intellectual, and this is not one of my aims, but I admire intellectual people. I'm a failure as a woman. My men expect so much of me because of the image they've made of me, and that I've made of myself as a sex symbol. They expect bells to ring and whistles to whistle, but my anatomy is the same as any other woman's, and I can't live up to it. Fame doesn't fulfill you. It warms you a bit, but that warmth is temporary. A wise girl kisses, but doesn't love, listens but doesn't believe, and leaves before she has left. I don't mind living in a man's world, as long as I can be a woman in it. If I play a stupid girl, and ask a stupid question, I've got to follow it through. What am I supposed to do? Look intelligent? It's far better to be unhappy alone, than unhappy with someone, so far. I don't know who invented high heels, but all women owe him a lot. She was a girl who knew how to be happy, even when she was sad. And that's important, you know. Before marriage, a girl has to make love to a man to hold him. After marriage, she has to hold him to make love to him. If you are gonna be two-faced, at least make one of them pretty. It's not true that I had nothing on. I had the radio on. I love to do the things the censors won't pass. I've been on a calendar, but never on time. When it comes down to it, I let them think what they want. If they care enough to bother with what I do, then I'm already better than them. I don't mind making jokes, but I don't want to look like one. I knew I belonged to the public and to the world, not because I was talented or even beautiful, but because I had never belonged to anything or anyone else. It's often just enough to be with someone. I don't need to touch them, not even talk. A feeling passes between you both. You're not alone. Dogs never bite me. Just humans. I don't understand why people aren't a little more generous with each other. In spite of everything, life is not without hope. A girl doesn't need anyone that doesn't need her. The body is meant to be seen, not all covered up. All we demanded was our right to twinkle. I don't want to make money. I just want to be wonderful. All a girl really wants is for one guy to prove to her that they are not all the same. Ever notice how what the hell is always the right answer? I don't stop when I'm tired. I only stop when I'm done. Sex is part of nature. I go along with nature. How wrong it is for a woman to expect the man to build the world she wants, rather than to create it herself. Keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing, and there's so much to smile about. A career is wonderful, but you can't curl up to it on a cold night. What do I wear in bed? Why, Chanel No. 5, of course. Boys think girls are like books. If the cover doesn't catch their eye, they won't bother to read what's inside. Just because you fail once doesn't mean you are gonna fail at everything. Who said nights were for sleep? It's all make-believe, isn't it? Dreaming about being an actress is more exciting than being one. I read poetry to save time. You might as well make yourself fly as to make yourself love. That's the way you feel when you are beaten inside. You don't feel angry at those who have beaten you. You just feel ashamed. Always remember to smile and look up at what you got in life. Looking back, I guess I used to play act all the time. For one thing, it meant I could live in a more interesting world than the one around me. I am trying to find myself. Sometimes that's not easy. Maybe I'll never be able to do what I hope to, but at least I have hope. Men are always ready to respect anything that bores them. I've often stood silent at a party for hours, listening to my movie idols turn into dull and little people. I am not a victim of emotional conflicts. I am human. If I'd observed all the rules, I'd never have got anywhere. People had a habit of looking at me as if I was some kind of mirror instead of a person. They didn't see me, they saw their own lewd thoughts, then they white-masked themselves by calling me the lewd one. Millions of people live their entire lives without finding themselves. But it is something I must do. For those who are poor in happiness, each time is a first time. Happiness never becomes a habit. Most men judge your importance in their lives by how much you can hurt them. I live to succeed, not to please you or anyone else. I don't forgive people because I'm weak, I forgive them because I am strong enough to know people make mistakes. Please quote me right. The public scares me, but people I trust. I have always been deeply terrified to really be someone's wife, since I know from life, one cannot love another, ever, really. Beneath the makeup and behind the smile, I am just a girl who wishes for the world. Anything's possible, almost. I never wanted to be Marilyn, it just happened. Marilyn's like a veil I wear over Norma Jean. It's not too much fun to know yourself too well, or think you do. Everyone needs a little conceit to carry them through, and past the fools. You never know what life is like until you have lived it. This is a free and democratic country, and no one has a monopoly on anything. For life, it is rather a determination not to be overwhelmed. For work, the truth can only be recalled, never invented. I'm trying to find the nailhead, not just strike the blow. Men are climbing to the moon, but they don't seem interested in the beating human heart. If you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. It takes a smart brunette to play a dumb blonde. We should all start to live before we get too old. Fear is stupid. So are regrets. Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss the chance to see the next video. Subscribe now.